Alejandro is selling HDMI cables on eBay and is trying to determine the best price to sell at. For the last 10 weeks, he has adjusted his price slightly each week and tracked the number of cables he sold. He plotted the results and drew a line he feels fits the data well. And I'd say, hey, Alejandro, you did a great job, by the way.
Oh.
So the line of best fit passes through these two. So, yeah, it goes through these 2 points, 3.50 and 280, and then 4.75, 240. Find an equation for this line. So remember, and we talked about this before, there's only two things you need to write the equation of a line. This one specifically, it didn't really say it, but it will want this in slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b stuff. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So I will use the slope formula to find the slope. And then, of course, we will still need the y-intercept, and there's a couple ways to do that, right? So slope formula right here. And I'll say the first point, we'll just say there's x1 and y1. So x's go in the denominator, y is in the numerator. So the x value is 3.5. You can put 0 there if you'd like. And then the y value, 280. And then we're going to subtract the second ordered pair, which we'll say is x2, y2. Barely fit those. And so the x value, 4.75, that's in the denominator, and then the y value is 240 in the numerator. Now you're welcome to calculate this on your own, but I am just going to put this into my calculator. Let's see what we get. So the n over d button, 280 minus 240, all over 3.5 minus 4.75. Enter, and I get negative 32. This right here is my slope. Okay, so there's my slope, using the slope formula. But the next thing I need is the y-intercept. Now, I think we talked about point slope form. I'm partial to just using slope-intercept form, which is fairly easy to do. So you could say y equals mx plus b. It's possible that you guys went over this with the sub, but there's a different method to use. So remember, in this slope-intercept form, b is the actual y-intercept. We just found the slope, by the way, so I can replace the slope there with negative 32, right? Now, the other thing we see is that we got two ordered pairs that we can choose from for the x and y values in this slope-intercept form, because x and y are x and y values in an ordered pair. You can use this one, you can use this one. It's not going to matter. It will give you the same y-intercept both ways. And I'm going to use the one in orange there, the x2, y2, just because it's, I don't know, closer. So the x value there is shown as 4.75. Fit that in. And then the y value is 240. Okay, so this becomes an equation that you can solve. And you can kind of create your own formula for this, which I think was supposed to be in the lesson, but, you know, whatever. So I do negative 32 times 4.75. Enter, and I get 152, negative 152 there. So now I got 240 equals negative 152 plus b. And then it's just, again, it's just an equation that you're solving for b here. Just add 152 to both sides. So yeah, the calculator will give that to you as well. 392 equals, this zeroed out, drop the b. B is 392. Now, you can put that in ordered pair if you'd like, but remember, we're just solving for the actual function on this one, or equation. So it says to use Q of P, and that means that P is the price. That's going to be our X value, right? So it's kind of like y equals MP plus B, just using a P instead of an X, and then plus B, right? So we just found both values. We know that the M is the slope, which is negative 32. And then the B value is positive 392. And that right there would be considered the function for this line that Alejandro has drawn. I think there's a part B to this, but of course we should be able to interpret the slope and the y-intercept, because this is a word problem. They gave us both the labels for the x-axis and the y-axis on this one, and as well as the words in the problem there.